Hi everyone, it's Kristi. Welcome back. I have added a little bit of trim to the cover here, and I have added a couple of inserts to the CD sleeves, and I've added some journal cards to the top. Just put a little bit of lace and fabric on the top. Nothing major. But I wanted to go ahead, trying to decide, I wanted to do a hitch post, and apparently I'm out of hitch posts, or I've misplaced them. But when I bought them, I bought the Tim Holtz, and of course you only get like 12. So it's possible that I've used them all. Otherwise I'll find them eventually. But that's what happens when you clean. They're not with my metal for some reason. Anyway, plan B, I have these scrapbook extenders. These are the things that you add to your scrapbook. And this is what I used for my very first hitch post because I didn't have, the Tim Holtz hitch post. So all I've done is used a little bit of E6000, sorry I'm going the wrong way, and you can see these are very similar to the hitch post, but I've used a little E6000. In fact, I need to clean up some of this glue around here, get that off. I'll do that off camera. And so I've just glued a half back pearl to the top here. So I'm debating whether I think I want to go ahead and put the paper on the cover, because I think I'm going to have to punch through the paper. I did decide to go ahead and decorate the cover. I found this piece of paper and thought, oh, that would look really cute on the cover. So I've got a little cluster, and I'll put the cluster on after, but just a scrap piece of one of the cut-offs. And then I've got this, says no day is over if it makes a memory. So I've got some cheesecloth, thought I'd put that on there, and then just a little piece of a little piece of trim here. And then I had another piece there. I'll use one of these titles that Artie Mays has, and if I remember correctly, these are a freebie in her Facebook group. And I thought I would put that at the top and it would finish it off. So, but I think I need to put this paper on before I punch the hole, just to make sure. Otherwise, I guess if I punch the hole, I could put it right up against it. And then that would give me kind of a where to go. Yeah, let's do that, because then I won't be punching through the paper. And then I have just a regular black hairband here that I'm going to use to attach. So the first thing I need is my hole punch. And I'm just going to punch a hole. Now I don't want it too close to the edge. Let's see. 3... trying to center that. I think it's about, I think I'd rather go a little high, so I'm gonna line it up with my 4 and 3 5/8 on the other side, and then I'll just mark it at 0. So let's see if this will work. Yeah, I think that'll work. Okay, and then the same thing on the other side, only this one's going to be the opposite, right? Yeah. It's going to be 3 5/8 on this side, 4 on this side, and I'm going back about 3/8 of an inch from the edge. Okay. So then I'm just going to use the 3/8 inch Now I'm gonna have to pull this toward me because I don't have light here. Yeah. Let's see if I stand up if there's any better light. Nope, I'm gonna have to do it toward me, sorry. And then of course I can't see because there's a piece of paper in here. Okay, let's try this again. Wow, I'm gonna have to mark that with something else. That didn't work at all. You know what I need is like chalk. You know what? I think I've got chalk marker in the living room. I'll be right back. I got this chalk marker from the kitchen. I have a chalkboard in there. I don't know where I got these chalk markers. Probably Tuesday morning. But that's a little bit easier to see. So I'm just gonna punch. There we go. Oh, I just love this hole punch. I'm gonna do this one. I guess I need to get that out of there. This seems way higher. Oh, maybe not. Yeah, that's why I can't eyeball stuff like this. There we go. Because now I need to put an eyelet in there. And I guess I'll just use black. I'm not going to use an eyelet in the front, only in the back, because the front one's going to have the hitch post. So I just need this one to finish this off. And squeeze. Yes, okay, good. All right, and then in this one, I just want to put the screw through the hole and screw that on. Okay, it's not wanting to start. There we go. Okay, now I'll need a screwdriver to tighten that up in a little bit, but I don't have one on my desk. So there's the hitch post. So now this paper will go right here, and yeah, that'll be fine. It'll go over the lace a little bit, but that's okay. We've got enough lace going on. It's not going to be a problem. Okay, so the next thing I want to do, and like I said, guys, from the beginning, I'm making this up as I go, but Carol Tinson did a journal, and I watched it a long time ago. I haven't watched it recently, but where she wrapped elastic or something around, she might have used ribbon, and I think I did that on one of my projects. I don't remember, but I thought we would try that, and then we could use that to insert our journal pages. I've got four sets of 3 that are 9 by 6 3/4, and I've just folded those in half. And what my idea is to slide those in between each of these pages. So there's 4 gussets, so there'll be 4 places to put these pages, and that'll give us about, well, let's see, 3 times 4 is 12, times 4 is 48 pages to write on. So that's quite a bit. Anyway, so I think what I want to do is start here. Or do I want to start in the back? My idea is that I'm going to wrap it around the spine to the inside and then tie the bow on the outside. So if I leave about 12 inches, let's see, how much is 12 inches? Let's leave that about that much so that I have enough to tie. and then I will go inside. So let's just leave that there. And I don't want it to go in the front, so I'll turn the page and I'll come down this way. And I'm using about 2 yards of ribbon. Just, it's the seam binding, but you could use anything. So I'm just, you know what, I'm gonna leave about let's see, how much is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, yeah, about a 6-inch tail at the bottom of the book. Then I'm gonna come through here and I'm going to turn the page. That's going to kind of hold that ribbon there. I'm going to come back up and then come down this page. Okay, turn the page. I'm going to go back up and come down this page and turn it. Make sure that it's in the middle there, so it's not keeping anything from moving. And one more time, go up to the top and down through the middle, close it and come back up. And I should have, oh my gosh, look at that, I did good. So my idea is there's 4 on the inside, but there's only 3 on the outside. So what I'm thinking is running this under and this under so that I can, you know, tie a thing in the middle. I'm gonna make a little crossover on this and then go under, because that way the ribbon is down. So let me just put my bone folder under here, and then I'll be able to tuck this under. Guys, I know I'm making this much more complicated as usual. Pulled it right back out. Oh goodness. This is hysterical. Okay, but at least it's doing what I wanted it to do. So, probably took the long way around, but that's okay. Alright, so now I'm going to come across the top again and make a knot and then a bow. Sometimes these things seem so much easier in my head, and then I'll see somebody else do it and I'll think, oh, wow, why didn't I do it like that? So I did use the rose beige seam binding here. Just want to trim those up just a smidge. You shouldn't need to untie that, but okay, so inside now I should be able to insert some pages. If I could get this. Your bone folder is your friend. When I pull this side goes back out. And there we go. Gee whiz. Didn't think I'd ever get out of there. Okay. Now I haven't cut all my paper, so let me go ahead and cut the paper and then I'll come right back and show it to you. Okay guys, I got all the paper cut and in here, so there are 48 extra pages for writing. I've got 3 pieces in between each one. It was much easier to get it on the ones that did not have the pockets, but you know what I did was I slid the bone folder under there to hold. It basically did 2 things. It held the ribbon up and it held the paper down so I could slide underneath, so that was helpful. And then I have all these writing pages, and the good thing is they're removable so that you can continue to use it if you'd like. So I think I'm going to decorate the cover with you, and then look at all this glue under my fingernails. We'll go ahead and decorate this cover, and then I am going to go ahead and finish this book. I think I'm going to go through some of my make-ahead ephemera that we did a while back because it's still sitting up here on my shelf. I haven't included it. I have a bunch of fab tags that we did, and well, yeah, I think I might use that. That's what I love about the Tim Holtz papers, is that they pretty much go with anything. Even if it's not vintage, you add some distress ink around it and it'll go together. It can be industrial, it can be floral, it can be pretty much anything, and it'll work. So like I said, I've got this little piece of grungy paper that I'm gonna just add here. I'm glad that this is turning out the way, for the most part, the way I envisioned it, and I'm glad that you guys are liking it, because sometimes you just, you don't know. You get something in your head and you think, well, that, that works for me, but it might not work for the next person. And I am finding that the more, it's just a piece of cheesecloth, the more I do grungy things, the more I like it. I still like my, neat, tidy lines, but there's something freeing about tearing paper and adding ink and just letting go, I suppose. There we go. That looks good. All I did with that square of cheesecloth is just kind of fold it in half. So there's a piece over here and a piece over here. And then I have this. I think I'm going to just lay that on the side there, actually. Excuse me. It's not bad enough I have allergies. We have fires all around us right now. So the air quality is not good. And with the temperatures being so high, it's really bad. I don't want to go outside in that, and I'm having a hard enough time breathing indoors. So I didn't used to have allergies until I moved here. So, and the older I get, the worse they seem to be. So I don't know if that's just pollution or what. So it just occurred to me that I did not finish the hitch post. Okay, so let's see. I want to put this, I was going to put this up here, but it's not centered. Not that it has to be, but it's going to kind of bug me. So I think I'm going to put this, let's attach it to this first, and then I'll play with it. And all I've done to this is attach a couple of tiny flat back pearls, the Dollar Tree variety. I was gonna add just this little label here, and then it just needed to pop more, and I found this other piece of lace, so I thought I would add it to that. So it's kind of the perfect size. Just a little bit. I don't know if you guys can hear that. My cat is tearing at the door. Oh my gosh. Oh, I'll never have a cat with carpet again. All right, so what do you think? Does that look funky? Oh, I kind of like it like that. Let's do it like that. Yeah. See? Thanks, guys. You're helping me out. Okay. Sometimes you just have to play, and sometimes you think you know how it's all going to go down. It's completely different. So I have to be careful because of the reaction to the glue and the fabric they've used for the cover. So I don't want to move it once it's been placed. I just want to leave it there. I missed a little spot here. Just a little dot. Yeah, I like that. That looks good. Okay, so let's get, look at all the junk on the end of that. Let's get the hair tie in the back of the book. It's still laying pretty flat, even with the all the cards, and that's because we had a 1/4 of an inch between each of the 5 pages. And you probably could add, I added 3 sheets of journaling between each one, but you could probably add 5 or 6 if you wanted. But I wanted to wait and see once I add all the tags and cards and everything. So what I'm going to do back here is I'm going to take this, and I want to be careful because I don't want to mess up the cover. This has the metal piece. Usually I try to find them without the metal piece, but this will work because I'm going to put the metal piece there through the hole, ideally. And, oh, let's see. It goes this way. I'm going to put this piece through the hole. How am I doing that? I want this to stay in here, so I want this to go inside of that. Oh, I gotta think everything through every time today. Okay, so just basically a lark's head knot. That's it. And then that will go right over the top of that. Perfect. And I hope that helps. I hope you know how I overcomplicate things. So I hope you understood where we were going with that. There's no right or wrong way to tie this. As long as you can get that through the hole and loop it over the post, you're good. I prefer actually a lot of times just to do the seam binding and then tie a bow around this, then lift it off and back on. But yeah, this is sometimes, you know, you want a little bit simpler look. So I might have to add a little bit more glue here because this this crochet trim is a little chunkier than what I usually use, and it seems like, no, it might be okay. It might be okay. But I think that's it for my cover. And because I decided to go with the cover, that's why I wanted to do the hitch post instead of just tying, because I didn't need a bow here and a bow across the middle or over here, or, you know, whatever. So yeah, so I'm going to fill up this book and we'll be back with a flip through. Thanks for watching, guys.